Mate, you dodged a bullet on the weekend, but a win's a win. So what was the review like about that, and what were the things that you took out of that game?
Oh, not sure we dodged a bullet. North Melbourne are a good side. They've just been down on confidence. You know, they beat GWS earlier on in the year, but you know, it was good to go down to Metricon, another away game for us. You know, and to fight it out the way we did every time we got challenged, we were able to come back and answer, which I thought was really pleasing. Really shows the maturity of our group. But yeah, we take the 4 points, we move on quickly, and the review was pretty short. You just got to win games sometimes, and that's what we were able to do.
How did the group feel going into the game?
I mean, if you're looking at the energy before the game, I'd say really good. I guess we haven't played a day game for a while as well, so that probably took a little bit to adjust to, but you know, I thought overall everyone seemed up for the challenge. We probably were a little bit lethargic at times, I thought, probably got a little bit too lazy, but you know, talking to the experts and our dietitians, it's expected when you have such a high period there of 4 games in 14 days to then have 7 days off, you will hit a little bit of a flat spot. But once again, I thought the way we responded after getting challenged by North Melbourne was really pleasing, and we finished the game out strongly.
And challenged by the coach as well. Sorry, Mark, did you sort of sense that might be coming in phase?
Yeah, occasionally. It was probably more of a pump up than anything else, and you know, he sensed the moment, and you know, I thought it was great by us to go out and execute after half time as well. I think we kicked the first couple of goals and you know, got the response that we needed, and we probably didn't play our best football in the first half, but we just had to take our opportunities, and thought we did that in the second half, and it was great to come away with the win.
It looked like you talked about that flat spot. I mean, do you feel like you'll be better for the run again now you're going back into another week break? It's a bit more of a normal operation.
A bit of consistency I think is really ideal for us. We have 7-day break into North and then 8-day break into St Kilda. So yeah, there's a great opportunity for bodies to get recharged, refreshed. You know, continuity is really important. We'll get some really good hit outs at training this week. We had a really good session this morning, so you know, I certainly think that'll help and liven the blokes up ready to go this weekend.
It looked like a good pump up at half time. What did he say?
I wouldn't even know, Ben. I dead set wouldn't even remember. I think it's more of the emotions that come out, and it makes you just want to go out and execute better your game plan in the second half. And dead set, I don't think I could tell you one word that he said, to be honest with you. But I think you can see the passion and the care and the want to win, and we were exactly the same. We felt that as well. We wanted to respond, and we were able to do that.
So you weren't in the firing line then?
Oh, probably. I think I was sitting front and centre. I had the shirt off. I was sitting back going, oh. Yeah, it got the required response, I think. We were flat in that first half a little bit, although, you know, execution probably let us down again, but, you know, it got the result, and really pleasing to walk out of there with 4 points for a team who, you know, it's hard to come up against a team that has 5 changes, bring in a lot of young, exciting new players. You know, they were always going to bring a lot of energy. You could sense by the way they were playing, the energy they brought in their group, you could really sense that they were up for this challenge, and I think it was really, really pleasing that although we didn't play our best, we were still able to respond and win.
Are those rev-ups from Fags like regular, or does he save them for occasions like that where he thinks you...
Yeah, no, I reckon that's probably the first time in a long time. I reckon you've probably seen an animated Fags like that, but as I said, it was more of a pump up more than anything, and it got the result it needed.
Is he any good though? Because he seems like the bloke not made to give a spray. Is he any good at it, or has he got to work on it?
No, he's pretty good at it. Yeah. When he has given them to us over the time, yeah, he's not bad. He doesn't miss, but as I said, it was warranted. But it got the result that it was required, and he doesn't do it every week. As I said, it's once a blue moon sort of thing, which I think has that really strong effect.
How's Charlie, mate? Had a bit of look out there. I didn't see him. Wasn't sure if he was training this morning.
Yeah, he trained this morning. He probably just ducked off, knew you were coming, Mark. So, look, he's 100% fine. He was right to go on the weekend. Players play sore all the time. There's no structural damage, but forwards also have quiet games as well. I mean, if he kicks a couple of goals and only has 5 touches, then everyone's like, oh, it's okay. But you know, he probably didn't have the impact on the game he wanted. But you don't always get that as a forward, and you know, he'll respond this week. I've got no doubt about it, and he's 100% fine.
So there's a bit of talk from David King and a couple of other people saying that it was in his head, that he was thinking about his knee. And is that the perception that has been given to him, that, you know, he just needs to get on with it?
Oh, hard one to answer. Like before the game, he looked fine to me. He was going back, kicking his goals. He was doing everything that he normally does in his routine. I didn't see any signs of that he may be carrying anything. As I said, players play sore all the time. That's just a perception of the outside world. I know how hard he works, and you know, he'd be absolutely disappointed that he didn't have the impact on the game that he wanted on the weekend. But so be it. You don't always get that in football.
What's the plan, or is there a plan around resting some of your star players? It's worked for the Cats, worked for the Tigers. Last night, Cochin came back. I mean, for yourself personally, is there a plan around, you know, your load? Not
really. I'm employed to play football. I love playing football. Actually, these 7-day, 8-day breaks, I don't really like too much. Actually, looking back on it, I enjoyed getting the games coming around really quickly. So whether that's something we look at down the track, I'm not sure. But there's no set period that any one of our players will miss. If everyone's right to go, we'll keep playing, as far as I know and understand.
So you'll be really excited for the 3 games in 10 days after the bye?
Yeah, looking forward to it, Mark, to be honest. You know, it's great that we've been able, and very fortunate that we've been able to get our season underway, and although it's going to wrap up quickly, you know, it's still great that we've been fortunate enough to still be able to play, which I think is really important, and gives hope to a lot of, or gives something for especially the Victorian fans and football lovers down there. Gives them something to enjoy in a very difficult period.
What have you made of the Saints recently? They've had a couple of tough games against some other true contenders, but they've also had some really good games and good performances, and they're right in the mix in the top 4 as well. So
yeah,
it's hard to get a good read on where they sit.
Yeah, they're going really well. You know, they've recruited fantastically well over the past 2 seasons. All their players are coming in having a strong impact. I thought they've been playing some exceptional football. You're going to have flat spots in your seasons. There's no doubt about it. It's a unique season. Players, or every player responds differently to the loads they've had over the few weeks, so you're going to get flat games, but for the vast majority of their performances, they've been red hot, and we need to absolutely rock up at our best on Sunday.
Geelong showed that the kick mark game works against them if you're able to spread them so they can't close in and press you. Do you go back, have you seen that game, and you know, what do you think is the key to stopping the Saints?
Yeah, watched their game, watched majority of their games over the past month, but I'm pretty confident we'll just back in what we've been able to do all year and stick to our process, and we don't normally change the way we play when we come up against opposition. We've, you know, practiced in the pre-season for 6 months, what we want to execute throughout the season, so I can't see why that would be any different this weekend. I think we were able to execute pretty well against them last year, although personnel might be different. You know, I'm backing our system in that we can put up a solid performance.
Dayne, you're just saying how you like playing, you know, heaps of games in a short amount of time. John Brown was saying last night that maybe next season, if everything's back to normal, that he'd like maybe in like the school holiday period to have like a festival of games again. Would you be, you know, keen for that?
Yeah, I'd be keen for that. You know, providing players are well and fit, which they have been this time around, I can't see why it couldn't happen down the future. I think it's great. It gives, you know, footy lovers an opportunity to watch footy every night, which I think is great. You don't want to go over the top with it, but yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the period that we've just had.
Rayner also.
He was out there.
Chain.
You see him?
Oh, yeah, I saw him. I didn't see Charlie, but I saw Cam. You think he's going to play this week? Fag said he was close last week, but they didn't take the risk with him. Is he going to play? Yeah,
it's probably not the season to take risks on players if they're not 100% fit, and I think Cam was very, very close. I know he trained with us last week and was excited to play, but I think the smart option prevailed there. It's probably not one you want to risk. He's been in some fantastic form for us. He's provided a lot since the COVID period for us, so he's tracking really nicely. Clearly he'd have to get through training on Thursday, which I'm sure he will, and put his hand up for selection.
We spoke about perceptions before. There seems to be 2 perceptions coming from south of the Tweed. Brisbane's got it easy because they've been playing in their own backyard, or you don't even rate a mention, and you're equal top of the lane. Like, you know, it's 2 very different perceptions.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we've played 12 games, we've had 7 away. I think 5 of them have been at Metricon, or 4 of them have been at Metricon. I mean, they require a bus trip down, back and forth. We get home at 1 AM, just like, you know, most teams do. So, yeah, it's an interesting perception, and I don't know, people are paid to talk, aren't they? So happy for them to keep talking the way they have been. That's fine. We know what we need to focus on inside our four walls, and you know, to date, thus far in the season, we've been able to do that, and we'll continue on doing that. We don't, I think you know us pretty well, we don't really focus on too much what the outside world has to say about us. We just like to get in and get our work done.
Do you like flying under the radar? Because it seems, even though you're only percentages away from being top,
yeah,
you're still not sort of really spoken about in that?
Yeah, that's all right. No, it doesn't really bother me, to be honest, mate. We've got, you know, 5 games to finish off for the rest of the season. First and foremost, we've got to get past St Kilda this weekend. That's all we, as cliche as it might sound, that's honestly all we look at. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about what the external noise is. It is what it is. People got to talk.
Sorry, so Fags pumped you up. He was like your boxing corner man on the weekend. We saw Sam Collins punching a concrete pillar. Some of us are about to go see Jeff Horn train this morning. Have you got a tip for us, Jeff Horn v Tim Zoo?
Yeah, I
got to go with the Queensland.
Yeah, I can see Sean behind the cameras heavily in Jeff's corner, so just for the safety of myself right now, I'm probably going to have to go Jeff, but it'll be a good fight, won't it? It'll be really exciting, and you know, Jeff's had a fantastic career, and obviously Tim's on the rise, so just for the safety of this press conference, I'm just going to go Jeff.
just one more. Like you talked, there's a talk that you're going under the radar, but you're on top of the ladder. Do you feel like you're playing the sort of football that can win a premiership this year, or do you feel like you've got some significant improvement that you need to really be contending for the title?
Oh, I think it's a combination of both. I thought we've had periods throughout games where we've probably been at our best. I thought the Port Adelaide game we were really good, West Coast game we were really good. You know, for patches against Richmond, although the scoreboard didn't say it, I thought we played some of our best football for the year. So at moments we're playing our best. We haven't put it all together, I don't think, for 4 quarters yet, which is exciting, and that's something we obviously want to strive to get towards. You know, having that not a perfect game, but everyone really playing to the best of their ability, and I don't think we're there yet, which is really encouraging signs with, you know, building ourselves up to hopefully the finals end of the year.